Hello, and welcome to another Games in Dev. So, today, what are we going to talk about? Well, first of all, I want to thank you for all the comments and for, of course, the DA62 MPP version. I love your feedback. I try to fix as much as I can. So, what am I going to talk about today? Well, like I said, I promise you, I'm still working on the full tutorial. It takes a long time. But today we're going to talk about MPDs. What is that? Multi-purpose display. So, how do you do this? So, let's go ahead and look at this. Now, what is this? Is if you open up your aircraft, and you just go to open and you go to panel CFG, which should have been open here. So let's see. You can look at this. That's fine. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so if you go into your package source, so I'll show you. You go into package source and your DA62 template, and you go to Sims, Object, Airplane, the name of the airplane, and go to Panel. You'll see these, Panel CFG. So I open this and you see this. Now, this is what we're gonna do. The working file is this, but we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna go to open panel CFG, bam. So this is what you're gonna see right here. Well, I didn't build this. So I mean, I did build it, but I mean, this is what we're gonna learn. I've already changed it. So if you look at the original file in your PNG on your CFG, you'll see this navigation system AS backup display, and that's what this is right here. So if we go and we go into AS display, what is this? Well, this is a path file. And where is this? This is in your Flight Simulator directory. So if we open up our Flight Simulator directory here, bam, that's where it's at, nav systems. And what that is Visual Cockpit, HTML, and then if you go back, bam. So if you look up Asobo Visual Cockpit, you can find it if you go under Systems, HTML, Pages, Visual Cockpit Systems. Oops. You want nav systems. I thought that's what that was. That's systems. You want nav systems. There they are, nav systems. So, Asobo Visual Cockpit Instruments, and you can find this in your Steam if you could just go to your regular Flight Simulator directory and inside it and just look and search it, you'll find it. So go to nav systems, there it is right there, AS1000 backup. So you're like saying, what is this? What is it? I don't understand. Well, these are the HTMLs. So if you look here, that's a HTML. Now what I'm going to do is replace it with the CJ4. So I already did that, but how? So there is a thing called a texture. And so let's go over this. This is the size of the screen. So the pixel size. This is the pixel size as well. So this is mm on the display, how the game reads it. This is the pixel size, and then this is the color background. Now, what you're seeing here is texture. You're seeing, if you open up your 3D Max file, yep, and you go into your screen right here, you can see that it's set for 6, and if you hit M on your keyboard, you'll see this. If you don't see this, just go ahead and hit the little, I'm not going to do it because it'll create 2 and it cause an error, but just go ahead and hit the eyedropper on it and bam, you'll get it. So what you're looking at is this. And as you can see, this is AS1000. Now I can change it to whatever I want. PDF 10. And this is under, like I said, select ID 6. What is an ID? Well, this is a screen. And if you go to face mode and select this, select ID. Just hit 6 and hit enter. And then you hit this little eyedropper and sign this texture. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sign this texture again because this is already done. But I'm going to sign it by the multi-material, not by the specific material, because I already got this set for a multi-material, meaning multiple monitors are using the same thing. Like if we look at this multi-display, bam, 7. What is 7? 7 is ACTC Tech. And then we can look under the thing and we'll find ACTC Tech. If we're using it, yep, right there. So now that we know this, let's go ahead and put the CJ4. So to find the CJ4, all I looked up was the CJ4. So if we go back to this, let me put this on the screen really quick. So, Visual Cockpit, CJ4, airliners. So let's go ahead and look at this. This is a PDF. Bam. So, you see that? Airliners. Bam. Because it just goes into this folder right here. So, Instruments, Airliners, CJ4. So, maybe, in this case, let's look back. Let's go back into our nav systems and see the same thing. So if this is nav systems, HTML, Visual Cockpit, Instruments, nav systems, because it already knows you're in the instrument. So now that you know that, let's go to CJ4 again. So let's go to Pages, Visual Cockpit, Instruments, Airliners. That's where it starts, after instrument. See that? So then we're going to go to CJ4, PDF. And bam, we're going to copy this and we're going to put it right here. CJ4, PDF, HTML. Okay, this is basically the display. Just leave it as 0 background color, but this is the pixel size. So usually you just want to play with these. I mean, you can set 1 and 2 in Experience, but that's like tiling, and you don't want to play around with that. So now that we got that, let's go ahead and open the new version that I have. So I'm just going to open my template. And if you didn't know, you can open templates live on the... Ta-da! See that? So basically how I did that is I assigned the thing. So if we're going to do this, and this is PDF. So let's go ahead and go back. And I'm under airliners. I don't know any other airliners that have this. I mean, I'm pretty sure at the CJ4 I don't have the Dreamliner, unfortunately, so I can't show you that. But if you did, you can look it up. So let's go back. And all I am is in the flight summary. And let's look up generic F-18. Yeah, let's look up the F-18. Thumbnail. Okay. There's nothing in the F-18 because I believe that's the AS1. So if you're having a problem finding, it's usually a nav system. And I believe that F-18 has its own system tied. So if you look, we have these systems right here. So GPS, AS50. So we can just go, thank you, computer. Let's just go ahead and type in this right here. So we got to remember instruments, nav system, GPS. Okay, so let's just go here, nav system, GPS. So let's copy this one. We're going to get rid of this one, because this texture is already PDF 9, so we're fine. But I believe we sent to the 10, so we might have to export it again. So then now let's go to nav system and look at this. And we're in nav system GPS. So where is our problem here? Well, nav system GPS. Okay. AS50, and you could also just copy this right here, but you have to change slashes. So go here and delete that and change that slash. And if you can't see that, I apologize. Let's see. I can't make it bigger. But all you do is change, like on your file thing, you have slash. You just change it to the /. And now let's go look in here. So now you have AS. That's correct. So go ahead and put this. Now you want to put the HTML. So the HTML is just this. Copy the whole thing. And then let's go ahead and put this in. That. And save it. And sometimes it won't save because it's like open or something. So in that case, just go ahead and hit 2. But I believe this saved. Yeah, 849. But you can name it like panel 2 and then just rename it to panel CFG if you're having that problem. So then I'm just going to go back to my inspector. I'm going to build package. And we're going to watch this screen right here change. More likely might not work because I changed it to 10, but we'll see. Because this should still be 9. Yep, there you go. That's the GPS. So now you got the GPS. However, you can't access the buttons. The buttons are totally different. And like with these buttons, if you look in the 3D aircraft, they're pretty simple. If you just go here and click on one, it's just soft key 1 of 2, soft key 1 of 3, soft key 3 of 2. As for the coding, I don't know. That's all tied into, there's a guy online on YouTube that has like Visual Basic scripting on how to create HTML, you know, screen. I don't know how to do that, but I know how to pull existing screens. So whatever screen's out there, if I have it, I can put it on any aircraft. And that's what I'm teaching you. So that's how I did my display here. So with the display, was tied into the F15. I mean, F15, F18. That is part of the F18 in general. Hold on, let me just pull this here and give me 1 second. So the way I found that is, if we go to our F18 sim content, airplane, panel CFG like we're doing, bam, full size screen. So you could just pull any of these because you already have the texture set to the texture on the material, if that makes sense. As long as the name's the same, you should be fine. So I can pull left MPD right here. Just copy this, go to my panel CFG, change the one we just changed. Oops, it didn't copy. Weird. There we go. And then maybe I want it 3, and this is RGB. I'm just spitballing. I don't know what color that is off the top of my head, but we'll see. Okay, and then we'll save, and bam, we're done. So now if we go back to Flight Simulator, and I can just go, if you're unaware, look at my other video, but just go click on here, go to View, Inspector, and then Build. This should change. And there you go. So that's how you do multi-purpose displays. Now, if you're a little confused on the 3D part, it's like I just said. Go in here, select face, and select M. But before you do that, you won't see that multi-purpose material. So go ahead and hit M, minimize this, and click this. Now, I'm not going to save this, so it shouldn't damage anything, but there you go. Okay, good. It didn't create a duplicate. Now, there are other materials in here. This is of your actual cockpit. So if we click here on the dash of the aircraft, and I teach you this in the material video that you can see around here eventually, you have 4 overhead. So that's overhead. And then, of course, now Flight Simulator has all this feather-in material for props, but you got to give me time. There's like a lot involved in this. Bezier floats and programming, and yeah, there's a lot involved, and you'll see that. But anyways, the old school way is doing it by, if you're having a problem, I was having a problem at first, always go to your materials and use a money sign, because for some reason the new way doesn't work. So if you go here to, like, I don't know what we just did, use money sign AS1000 PDF10 and use the same name. This is 9, just so you know what the hell, I mean, sorry, what the heck you're looking for. So anyways, this has been a quick tutorial. I hope this helps. This is how to get multi-purpose displays. Now, as for getting rid of my multi-purpose display, if you don't want that, I've been thinking that out because you can't remove the model, but first of all, what is that? Let's look. Pretty sure I was messing with this earlier and I didn't check the thing. What ID is that? That's 15. Okay, that's 15. And this one? $13. So 15 and 13. Let's look. I don't know if there's a way. 15 and 13. 13 is right here. So that's the AS1000. That's the mill. So yeah, I don't have those assigned anymore. I'm just panel CFG. But that's up on top on yours. But if you get rid of it, it'll make it go dark. So, I think I can make it clear, but it'll still have like a glow to it. All right, give me 1 second. I'm doing this on the fly, so let's go back to my project. And like I said, I really appreciate the comments on, you know, Flight Sim Trio. Glad you guys like the aircraft. I am working on the computers in the back seat, but like I said, I don't know because you can't really see them. The windows are so dark, so I think it's just wasting geometry. But we'll see. All right, so I'm looking at my packages right now. And I'm looking at the one I gave you. Yep, this should be it. Okay. So there's my multi-purpose display. And there's 2. So there's mill, that's 15, and that's, what is that, 15 and what? It's 11. Oops, I didn't even grab the right one. There it is, HUD. Okay, It's 15 and this is 13. So without changing geo. So let's go ahead and save as. Template, package sources, airplanes, panel, that's the good one. I think this is it. Okay, so now that we got that as the main one we were working in, so let's go ahead and see if we can get rid of that if you don't want that multi-purpose display. So the front one was 15, and 15 was mill, money sign mill, and what I mean by that is money sign mill texture. So I'm doing this on the fly, so let's go ahead and see if I change this to 0, 1, 1, if it's off the screen. I mean, it's worth a shot. Not saying it'll work, but I'm trying this on the fly. So let's go ahead and build. Let's see. This should return back to normal. No. Okay, that's broken, but I'm not worried about that. That did not change. Oh, maybe the back one. So maybe it's HUD. Let's just go 0, 0. And I'm trying to do it so you can change this text file on your own and get rid of it if you don't want it. I mean, not the actual 3D model, but the actual display. So let's build. And there you go. So you'll have that, but you won't have the display. So to do that, all you got to do is go into your, if you want to modify that for the people who said, hey, I don't want that, the heads up display, it ticks me off. All right, I'm sorry I put it in. I'm kidding. You know, I want to put it in. It looks cool. But anyways, you could set all these to 0 and that will get rid of it. And once again, that's in your panel CFG, inside your package source, sim objects, airplane, DA62, blah, 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 you know, MPP, panel CFG. Anyways, let's go ahead and test that out. And if you did something wrong, well, that's what you get, a blank thing. Because I changed the texture display. So let's go ahead and see if we can restore this. I believe this one I changed and I didn't export it out. Let's see. What is this one? This is 6. So 6 should be what? ASPDF 10. But I believe it's 9 because I haven't exported this out yet. So that was originally 9. So now that we know that, we can look here and go ASP touch ASTC. All right, let's copy this one. Might just have to export the display again, but we'll see. So I believe that was 9 because I didn't change anything, but you never know. Okay. Review. Build package. There you go. So it's restored. Alright, well, like I said, I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you like and subscribe to this video and check out some of my other videos, and good luck on modding your aircraft and stuff like that. If this is not fitting in the screen, that's usually just either your UV size, which if it's in the 0 to 1 space, meaning taking up all the space. So if you come in here and you go to your this is 0 to 1 space, so more likely what's causing this is what did we just put in right here? This is 768, so 1024 by 1024, and this would be the last thing I do before ending this video. Like I said, I want to thank you all for subscribing, and I hope you like my content. I really do. I mean, I try to do this because I like to see people create more aircraft, and people don't like sharing knowledge, but I do, because it just makes the world a better place. So let's check it out. Let's look. Still squished, huh? More likely the UV has to be pushed a little bit more, but in order to do that, I have to adjust. Yeah, what it is it's 0 to 1 space, but I'm guessing when I put the screen in, yeah, so it's 0 to 1 space, meaning fits this perfect square, but it's too big as an object, and therefore it's getting chunked off. Yeah, that's what's happening. So to fix that, I mean, I can put that in the next patch. I'll put a patch and fix that. I just found that, so no worries. Anyways, yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoy, and like I said, enjoy this aircraft, and I guess if you're playing Flight Simulator, I guess if you're playing Flight Simulator and you're flying this aircraft, happy hunting. Anyways, once again, thank you, and peace and love. All right.